This is a really interesting QRP, mostly because it's going to be based on the context and the thing that you're thinking about in general. And so the QRP is looking at not reporting effects of researcher decisions, which in a particular way is something that you can never do all of the time, right? Research is nothing but hundreds, if not millions, of individual research points or decision points that you have to make. You might be making a decision based on what kind of methodology to select, what kind of participants to include. You might also be making decisions based on things like when in the semester you want to try to collect data, who it is you want to try to invite, how you want to try to invite people. You're also going to have to focus on other kinds of things that maybe aren't related directly to methodology, such as when are you going to have time to send out the surveys? When are you going to have time to write up the data analysis? And so again, research is a ton of different decisions. And when it comes to trying to report these decisions, we want to try our best to report the ones that we think are going to be the most meaningful to people. If we were doing a research design and we send out the survey for participation at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, is that something that we need to tell the reader so they have an idea of who and when people were invited? Again, I can't say yes or no to that, right? It's going to be up to the individual person. But most likely, you're probably not going to want to report that, right? Because that feels like it's kind of an insignificant thing. On the other hand, if you're making a methodological decision on, for example, reaction time, and you're going to give a certain percentage of time after the end of a clip before the next prompt comes up, they're supposed to press a button to, then yeah, you want to make a decision on why you waited so many milliseconds or whatever it is that you've decided. And so there are going to be certain different kind of methodological decisions that you want to include in a paper, and there are going to be other ones that you might not. Now, depending on the target audience, if you're looking at a particular practitioner audience versus if you're looking at an academic audience, the type of journal in terms of the amount of publication time and space that you have, any number of other factors can go into making this really challenging to decide. No, that's not to ever indicate you shouldn't be focused on these things, because as a scholar and a researcher, you really want to have good principled reasons for why you made particular research decisions. And if at all possible, you want to try to explain those decisions to the reader. The reader might not always agree with your decisions, but having a knowledge of why you did what you did helps other scholars replicate your findings, or replicate your study at least, and hopefully replicate your findings, but also have more confidence in what you did. So yeah, these are some of the reasons why you want to make sure that you are reporting the different effects of the methods that you're choosing, and whenever you can. But again, knowing that you can't report all of them.